Located 30 miles northwest of Atlanta is a smaller town called Woodstock, Georgia. Woodstock is not a town we have frequently talked about here on this channel, but we do frequently get phone calls and emails from people who are considering moving to the Woodstock area, and we would love to help. It is a fantastic area and you definitely should consider it. I'm Sarah Vislowski with KeyPoint Homes Group, a local real estate team here in the North Metro Atlanta area. We help people relocate from out of state all the time right here to the North Georgia area. So recently we have a brand new team member who is a local native of Woodstock, and he is so excited to help you relocate to that area. So let's talk about the pros and cons of living here and why you might want to add it to your list of possibilities when looking of where to relocate. Woodstock is located in Cherokee County, which is about an hour west of where our team is based out of here in Beaufort. It is a smaller town with its city limits spanning 12 square miles, and it has approximately 35,000 residents. Back in 2020, it was ranked number 17 on Money's top 50 places to live in America. That is a fantastic ranking. So what makes this little town so great? So I was chatting with Matthew, our newer agent on our team that has a wealth of experience and knowledge, and he gave me the lowdown on why he loves living in Woodstock and what he has to say that's not so great about Woodstock. So let's talk about that location. Woodstock is just about 30 miles north of downtown Atlanta. This means it's going to take you a good 50-ish minutes on a good day to get down into the city. And just like with any of the other towns we've talked about, like Flowery Branch, Beaufort, you're close enough that you have that easy access into Atlanta while not being too close to experience the negative sides of being that close to a city. And yet you're still close enough to head down for events or pretty much easily get to the airport pretty easily if you need to. It's a bit of a stretch though if you're wanting to commute or needing to commute down into the city for a job daily. That's going to be a hike. But again, it's close enough to be able to reap the benefits of the Atlanta area, and that is one of the pros about living in Woodstock, is that you still have that great proximity down into Atlanta. So when you're looking at the pros of where Woodstock is located, you're also pretty close to Milton and Alpharetta, and those are both towns we've talked about quite a bit at length here. We've talked about how Alpharetta has amazing shopping and amenities, and they have great stuff that they have going on in their downtown area, so you're only about 30 minutes away from there depending upon where you are living in Woodstock. You're also going to be very close to Kennesaw, which is home to Kennesaw State University. That is a great college. If you have a college-aged kid at home that's wanting to get that college experience but still be nearby, it is a great place to be. Now, one of the bonuses of Woodstock and one of the biggest pros that you have there of the location is its close proximity to Lake Allatoona. So Lake Allatoona is a smaller lake with 270 miles of shoreline. If we compare that to Lake Lanier, it has 692 miles of shoreline. So it's like, what's the math on that? Less than half. Not quite a third? I don't know. Y'all figure it out for me. Let me know in the comments. What is that math? It is known for its great mountain biking. You've got great fishing and hiking and sailing, and it's much calmer than Lanier, so a lot less traffic. And Woodstock is about 15 minutes, depending upon where you live, from Lake Allatoona, and it makes it so convenient. So if you're interested in going and spending a day on Lake Lanier where things are a little busier, it'll take you about an hour or so depending upon where on the lake you are going if you wanted to go to Lake Allatoona. I did a whole video about talking about all the different types of lakes here in Georgia, so if you're considering a lake home, you definitely need to check out this video. Now, like Alpharetta, Woodstock has an awesome downtown area, and it reminds me a lot of Alpharetta and Beaufort and downtown Gainesville, except I would kind of argue that maybe you have more shopping and restaurant options in Woodstock than you do in those other two towns. There are so many unique restaurants and breweries in the downtown area. Some of the local favorites are J. Miller's, Smokehouse Barbecue, Century House Tavern, Reformation Brewery and Beer Garden, and the list goes on. You definitely have a very charming and walkable downtown area, so you can grab a drink at one of the breweries and walk around town. Thank you, open container laws. Or you can sit outside on one of the restaurant patios and enjoy a nice summer evening. There's also several really cute boutiques in downtown Woodstock, like Dress Up, which is kind of like a southern clothing boutique, lots of dresses, trendy. You're gonna like it. And they also have one in Gainesville, and it's very, very popular. They have them all over kind of like the metro Atlanta area. In Woodstock, you're also gonna find one of the greatest Targets of all time. And you have Walmart, and you even have a Costco. I love Costco. I recently discovered their cilantro chicken wonton things. You have to go get them. They're nice. Put them in the air fryer. Very, very great. So, are you more of a Costco person or a Sam's person? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. I actually go out of my way to Costco just to get those little cilantro bites. But back to Woodstock. So Woodstock actually has both a Sam's and a Costco. Boy, y'all have hit the jackpot there. Woodstock also has an awesome outlet mall too, which means you have got a lot of shopping to do, and you have more options than most towns do. The outlet shops at Atlanta has all of the usuals that you'll find in an outlet mall, like a Kate Spade, Nike, Columbia, footwear, Saks off Fifth Avenue, and Under Armour, all of that stuff. You're gonna find it there. They also have an outdoor amphitheater in the downtown area where the city puts on free or cheap concerts. And of course, with a name like Woodstock, they have to play into that. They host the Woodstock Summer Concert Series. So earlier this year, they had Drew Holcomb and the Neighbors perform there, and Scotty McCreery will be there later on this year. Pretty cool, right? There are also several great public parks and playgrounds to take advantage of. They also have a dog park, and listen to this, it's called Woodstock Dog Park. Get it? Woodstock. That's funny. So one of the huge pros of Woodstock is the home prices. In July of 2022, the median sales price of a home in Woodstock was $432,000, and the average price point was $486,000. So if you've heard or watched me talk about Alpharetta and Milton on this channel, you know how high those home prices have gotten. So this average price point is just a bit higher than towns that you're going to find like in Gainesville, or even lower than what you're going to find in Suwanee. But it's a really, really great price point when you're considering all of the amenities that you're going to get in this charming town. So at the time of filming this video, there were 206 homes currently listed. So not a ton of options when you're looking historically, but just know that home inventory is rising. Now, the most expensive listing is a new construction home that's currently being built for a whopping $2.5 million price tag. The least expensive home is a little 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom ranch for $285,000. So you've got a good mix of that older Southern charm style home on a little bit of a bigger lot, as well as a lot of new construction homes being built in the Woodstock area. Some of this new construction, however, was the biggest con about Woodstock. There has been a lot of recent development, just like we've seen in all the towns around Metro Atlanta area, and it's not loved by so many locals. Our agent described that all of this growth in the area as excessive, and things are becoming a little bit overdeveloped. So if you watched my most recent video about Alpharetta, you've heard that that was also the #1 complaint from residents there as well. And so I think just about in any town, you are going to have those neighbors and constituents that are going to complain about that overdevelopment surrounding the Atlanta area, and especially if that's coming to where you are living. However, one thing to keep in mind is that as you relocate to these areas and as you experience this and drive around yourself, you may think, oh, this is great, this is underdeveloped. This is way easier of getting around than from where I've came from. So it's all relative, right? So what do you think about Woodstock? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you are adding this to your list of areas to explore, you have to reach out to my great team, and we would love to help you find your Woodstock home. And if you have not already checked out these videos, make sure that you watch these next.